What's going on, guys? Welcome back to SPR Pythons. I hope you're doing well. Today we've got a fantastic video that I'm going to bring to you. I've been really looking forward to this video for a long time. So what it is it's a pickup video from a recent European shipment. Now, why I'm so excited for this is that I paid for this animal on the 31st of July last year in 2021. And as I stand here recording on the 9th of April in 2022, it's been a long old process to get this animal here. But as we go through the video, you'll see as to why I waited and specifically got one of this animal from the European market, which did mean obviously that uncertainty of shipping due to a couple of reasons. So the first was COVID. Due to COVID, it meant that the courier service, so I used Reptile Hunters and Reptasia, it meant that they couldn't go via France, which I believe was their route to ultimately get into sort of Holland DDI to get the animal. So therefore, COVID was a factor in sort of a barrier and holding us up on that. But also Brexit, with obviously all the CITES paperwork and things like that coming in. I don't fully understand it, so don't ask me questions about it. But that obviously held up the shipment as well. So 9 months later, I finally have the animal. It's been a long time, a very long time trying to keep this animal under wraps, to the point probably a lot of people know about the animal now because it is just been such a struggle to keep it to myself. But in terms of the European shipment, because I know there'll be people instantly thinking, how have I done it, or wondering how I've done it. As I say, use Reptile Hunters and Reptasia. Now, I'm not 100% sure how it all works. So I believe, if I remember correctly, because it was about August, I paid for all of it. There was about £140 for CITES paperwork. You know, you have the normal courier fee and then also the 20% VAT on the top of the animal. So it is expensive to get it in from Europe. But as I say, we'll look at the animal and you guys will get an understanding as to why I waited and had to get one from the European market. It's because the animal was hard to come by. But anyway, that's all the serious stuff out of the way for the video in terms of shipments and European sort of imports. Let's get into the video and show you this animal because it is an absolutely stellar animal. I'm not going to lie to you. So here we have it then, guys. Here is the animal in discussion. So what we have here is a clown. Now, I know what you're immediately thinking. The big reveal, the big animal for a pied guy isn't even a visual pied. But what this is it's a Mojave Fire clown and it's 66% het for pied. And this is a female. So this came in from Luigi Morani. I cannot remember if Luigi's from Italy or Germany. I think he's coming from Germany, but I think that has to be an Italian name. Apologies, Luigi, if you're watching this. I don't 100% know. But anyway, a stunning female. Now, I must admit, this female for me is not necessarily a visually pleasing animal. And what I mean by that is that this animal here for me is more about what I can do with it genetically than looking at it every single day. We've all got those animals in the collection where we've got it for longer term projects rather than, as I say, the immediate day-to-day looking at the animal and going, wow. However, I must admit this animal has come looking a lot better than I expected, to be honest. So what you can see is sort of the greeny colours coming in from Mojave, and also the fire is kind of bringing in the whites down the side. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on clowns because I'm not, so that's all I can tell you about the animal. But for myself, what it is it brings two more words, hang on, 2 more genes into the clown pied project that I don't currently have. So I alluded to this animal a little while ago as to what I've actually done in order to sort of like fund this animal in a sense, or the way that I've managed to work it in the sense of I sold an animal for the same price that I picked up this girl for, and the one that I sold was a Orange Dream Calico Enchi Het Pied Pos Het Clown. Now, the reason that I managed to have it as the same value as this female is that Luigi gave me a nice discount on this animal with being a repeat purchaser. And so ultimately, I was fortunate enough to be able to sort of kind of move one surplus or one holdback that became surplus on for this one because it carried a couple of different genetics. So thank you very much, Luigi. A fantastic animal that I'm really excited to bring to you guys. But ultimately, I'm just looking forward to making more clowns. I know that might surprise you guys because ultimately clown isn't my gene. However, I do think there is a lot of scope to work in clown. So ultimately, I'm looking forward to working with it more. And it's just about seeing what I can do with it really and just going from So here we go. I was pulling your leg, I must admit. It was a joke on my part. I had to show you guys a clown and just, you know, take the joke of a pied guy's getting a non-pied as the big animal. But this is the actual animal that I wanted to present to you guys today. Just look at the animal that I'm showing you right now. So what I'm showing you is a pastel desert ghost pied. and this is also a possible het cryptic. And it's a male, and it has come at about 600 grams. It is an absolutely stellar animal. I am over the moon with it. Thank you so much to Dean Van Ommeren for this animal, because this is who this animal has come from, Dean Reptiles. Now, I'm sure you guys know who Dean is, but go and check him out. He has some of the most incredible animals in Europe and the world for that extent. He's got triple visuals, only the likes of Justin Kabilka's got, and some of the projects that Dean is working on is absolutely just... It's inspirational, and I thank Dean so much for letting me have this animal. I know Dean hatched a few of these out. He kept, I think, one for himself. I was fortunate enough to pick up this male, and if I'm not mistaken, Billy at Mutation Creation picked up a female, the sister to this, or it might have been a male, I'm not 100% sure, but to my knowledge, only myself, Dean, and Mutation Creation got any of the animals from this clutch, so I feel extremely honoured to have this animal. With that said, thank you, Dean. As I say, let's just take a minute to talk about this animal. Look at it. So, DG Pied is something I've been looking to get into for a very long time. I remember being at the Doncaster Reptile Show about 2.5, 3 years ago, and looking at a Pos 2 female Pos double het Desert Ghost Pieds. And I was really tempted to pick them up then just to get in the project, but I waited to make sure I had the right animals, because this is going to be, although I've hit the Clown Pieds, this might just become the biggest project in SPR Pythons. I've really put a focus on this. So, as you guys know, previously from Luigi, who I got the clown from, I picked up an Orange Dream and an Enchi Yellow Belly. Both are double het Desert Ghost Pied females. Now, this is obviously where this boy comes in. I spent a long time looking for that right male, because what I wanted to do was get a visual for at least one of the two genes. Now, as time was going on, the right animal wasn't coming up, where it was Pied het for DG, or even better, DG het for Pied. And so as time went on, I started saving and saving and saving, making more animals. And ultimately, yes, I know people don't want to talk about money, but the more animals you can make, ultimately more surplus is going to come in. And as the surplus animals were appearing from last year's clutches, I was thinking there's an opportunity here to potentially get a double visual if one comes up. Sure enough, one came up, not the one that you're seeing. And I'm going to give a shout out to a very, very strong, reputable breeder, in my opinion, here in the UK, who I was fortunate enough to actually meet this last week. But I know that Dean, Dave keeps a very low profile, so that's all I'm going to say on the matter. But Dave Baldacchino actually had a male Desert Ghost Pied available. Now, weirdly enough, after looking for an animal for so long, Dave's Desert Ghost Pied, Dave and Dean sound very close, I'm having to think about this. Dave's Desert Ghost Pied came up, and almost instantly I went, I want it. And then I kind of realized that I really wanted pastel in the animal. And that's for one reason. And that is shouting out another bloke with a D in their name. And that's shouting out Darren Stairs. Darren Stairs, for me, when he produced that pastel Desert Ghost Tri-Stripe, showed me why I need pastel in this animal. Or before I even was getting in the project, I knew when I got into the project, I wanted pastel in it. So yes, I waited out for a pastel in my Desert Ghost Pied, which I know some people go, oh my God, why have you waited for pastel? It's a dead gene. Not for me, not in Desert Ghost Pied. Just look at what you're looking at now. Go and look at what Darren's produced. Go and look at any pastel Desert Ghost and tell me pastel is not essential. So as soon as Dave produced his Desert Ghost Pied, I got in touch with people and went, is anyone going to have a pastel DG Pied? Sure enough, Dean Van Ommeren messaged me and went, yes, mate, I've got a clutch. This is the clutch in the incubator right now. And I said, I'll wait and see what you hatch. And ultimately, this hatched out, I think it was about 2 weeks later. And before it could even start feeding, I went, I'm buying it, Dean. I paid him outright for the animal, which you can imagine was quite a bit, but I'm not going to talk about the figures of that. But yes, did buy this boy outright. But ultimately, I think it was the absolute right decision. Dave was very respectable in understanding my decision. And to be Pos Het Cryptic as well is absolutely incredible. I don't have the pairing off the top of my head. Apologies for that. If I can remember to, I might flash it up on the screen. But ultimately, it is a Pos Het Cryptic. So if that proves out, that would be absolutely mega. But for me, the main point of this animal is the Desert Ghost Pied, obviously. Anything after that would be an absolute bonus. But in terms of plans short term for this boy, he's come a lot bigger than I expected. So we're currently in April. So I'm wondering, give him sort of 6 to 8 weeks quarantine, because he looks healthy now. He's come from a very reputable breeder. The only thing obviously concerning is the shipment. You don't know what's going to happen on the shipment. So I will still quarantine for the adequate time. but then I might put him in with the Enchi Yellow Belly Double Het Desert Ghost Pie, because she is sitting at about 2 kilos ready for this male. So if I get a late clutch, I would be absolutely over the moon, because obviously that would be Pastel Enchi Yellow Belly in the mix with Desert Ghost Pied, a double visual to a double Het, and they could all be Pos Het Cryptic as well, but I won't know that until next year. Long-term plans will be to try and prove out the Cryptic. So next year he'll go to a Het Clown or a Clown, apologies, to ultimately try and make a Krypton to know if he is Het Cryptic. Also getting the Orange Dream in there. So there's ultimately going to be 4 genes, apologies, got a cold, got 4 genes in the mix straight off the bat, but there are other genes I want to bring into this animal. A couple that were inspired to me at the Doncaster Reptile Show from the videos that I'm about to roll you. But ultimately, if you guys have any genes you think I need to be putting into Desert Ghost Pied, let me know. What I will say is this animal did set me back some money. This has been a serious investment for me, so I hope that no one frowns upon myself for making this investment. I know I shouldn't have to justify it, but ultimately, I work very hard for what I get, in the sense of not only do I work very hard in my own life trying to earn money, I don't go out drinking, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. I purely invest in this hobby because I absolutely love it. But also, this animal here is the, what's the word I'm looking for? The success, the inspiration, I don't know what the word would be. If I can think of a word, maybe I'll pop it up on screen. But ultimately, this animal here was purchased from surplus cash from animals last year. So ultimately, this animal is, yes, it's a large investment, but what I'm trying to say is, without the investment over the last 4 years, this animal wouldn't have happened. So no, I haven't bought in with this animal, as I'm sure some people are going to think I have. I've just worked damn hard for it, and I'm sorry, but I am going to put it like that, guys. And if you don't like that, well, shrivel on it. So yeah, an absolutely stellar animal, but let me know, guys, what you think I should be putting into this project. I'm very proud to be one of only a few that have got a visual Desert Ghost Pied in the UK, and one of a few that's working on the project. So for me, this is taken front and center in terms of projects. And I mean, just look at the animal. Can you imagine this with Enchi and Yellow Belly and Orange Dream? Like, just, oh, mate, the next couple of years are going to be absolutely incredible. So, fantastic animal. I hope you guys agree. I'm going to shoot off to try and get some photos of this and the clown, because yes, you know, this is the star animal, but the clown's quite nice. So I'm going to go shoot off, get some animal photos of these animals, and I'll get them up on social media as soon as possible, get this video up for you guys as soon as possible. But what I'm going to do is I've got about 10 minutes of footage from breeders around the UK, not too many, just a few, from the IHS Reptile Show and also from visiting New Gene Bulls recently. So I'm going to roll them for you. I'll probably finish up with Gav at Bulls to You, just talking about the opinion, because Gav's obviously a big inspiration for me and everyone in the UK. I've watched Gav for a long time, and there's a little 30-second clip at the end where Gav sort of shakes my hand, and it meant a lot to me. And so ultimately, I'll probably put that in last. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll leave you with the shots from Doncaster and from people's opinions on the project. And I thank you very much for watching. But also, I want to know, why did you guys not pick up on the old hints? You'll see them now on screen. Over the last sort of week and a half, I've put up a few different Instagram stories with some music on the background, just letting you guys know what was coming. And I mean, not many people messaged me, so I'm very surprised that I didn't have more people trying to guess this animal. But yeah, anyway, as I say, I'm rambling. I'll shoot to those Doncaster clips. And once we get to the end of that video with Gav, I'll probably fade it to black. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the clips from IHS Doncaster and New Gene Bulls. And thank you so much for your support.
What?
What do you reckon he's going for?
Well, he does a lot of clown pied stuff.
So what do you reckon he's going for?
So he's either brought into something to go in the clown pieds, or he's going for something completely new. I reckon he's got. No, all right. I reckon he's getting an ultra male clown, either at pied, or he's getting something like an ultra male puzzle, something like that, or
so
ultra male tri-stripe.
He thinks of getting a non-pied animal for a start. So I mean, you're wrong there, Lee. Come on. You
no,
should know the collection more than that. But there we go. So what I'll show you, Lee, and then I'll show Scott in a minute. And we'll see what happens. So, here's a video of it.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Go on. I'll show Scott.
Hey, what is it?
That's really the fun, isn't it, Scott?
Is he nice?
Yeah. Take the camera then, Lee. Yeah. I'll show Scott, and then you guys can guess, see if
Alright, it's still recording.
Come on then. Where are you going?
I want to give me fucking glasses. I just
What,
told
from
you
my
that.
coat?
Well,
Oh.
yeah. It looks like it fit me, so I thought I'd try it.
I'm a man these days. Don't be laughing at.
Right.
Go on then.
I've got to guess first, don't I? I need to look
Yeah,
then.
go on then.
Oh, go on, guess, go on then.
I
Go,
think
yes,
it's
I
a
forgot, I
pie.
forgot.
Can I have another guess
Monsoon
now?
Clan.
No.
Et Ultimate Puzzle Xanthic. ODYB Pastel. No pastel.
To be fair, okay, fair enough.
I think it's cinnamon.
He thinks it's cinnamon.
I don't think
Do
it's
you want to have a look?
pastel.
Do you want to have a look?
Right, hang on. No, in all seriousness, Pied Monsoon, Et Clan.
That's the seriousness.
Oh, that's me being serious, yeah.
Fair enough.
With ODYB.
Yeah.
Sod.
With OD on top, fair enough.
It's
Yeah.
a super OD, it's a sod.
It's not a sod. It's not a sod, I'm
Oh, that's
afraid.
nice.
It is nice. It is nice.
Is that a DG Pied? Is it something else?
Is it? What do you reckon, lads?
I
What
don't know.
are your guesses then? Go on, what are your guesses?
It's
To
not
me, that looks
monsoon.
like a Desert Ghost Typo Pied.
I know it's not monsoon.
It's not monsoon. No, it's not. It's not. Go on, what do you reckon?
I
lads?
think it's an ODYB DG Pied.
I think it's an
Yeah.
Hypo Desert Ghost Pied,
ODYB. Say it,
orange
go on, you
dream,
do it.
yeah, orange dreaming yellow belly.
Nah, you're too optimistic, lad. It's pastel. It is
Pastel?
DG pied.
Pastel.
It's DG pied, so it's pastel DG pied.
Well, I got that right.
Right. The reason that I've gone with pastel, to be fair, I had the option to get a DG pied a long time ago, and I waited for the pastel because I love pastel and DG. It's one of the ones I did want. But it's also Pos Het Cryptic. So hopefully, if it proves out, I'll be on for Krypton pieds that will be double het DG clown this year. So I waited. I waited to get the proper mail for it. So
I've got a migraine.
don't care.
So
Yeah,
you
that's-
don't care.
That's nice.
I've got my own stuff going on.
Right, fair
That's
enough.
the that's the
do
bollocks.
migraine and I'll do Krypton. Maybe. We'll see if it proves out. But
Well done, Matt.
there you go.
Well
That's
done.
what it
Well
is.
done, Matt.
Appreciate
Well
it.
done, well done.
Was it worth the wait? Alright, so I'm here with Jake from Python Junkie and Marv, and Jay is also behind the camera from MJ Pythons, even though I'm convinced they're now MJ Reptiles, but that's another story.
We'll change.
But we're here at the Doncaster Reptile Show, and effectively, so the animal's getting picked up this week, so I thought I'd show the lads what we're picking up, see what they think to it, and ultimately just see sort of what direction they think I should go with the project. If you guys have got any ideas, genes, things like that, what you think I should be doing, let us know. But what do you think I got before I show you? What do you reckon I picked up?
Pied.
Great guess.
DG Pied.
Jake?
Some ultimate Pied. Orange dream.
I mean, he's brought us out here to the racetrack, so it must be something. As I'm walking back in.
Ultimate Pilot, DG. I don't know about that, Jay. Yeah, I'll show you, and then I suppose we'll just tell Jay. But so this is what I'm picking up, then, lads. So,
Was that right? Was that right?
So I got this video the other day from Dean, the breeder. Can you not see it? No, it's decent. So it's pastel DG pied, and then it's also a 66% cryptic. So see what we can do with it. But I mean, what sort of route would you go with it? Like, because I've got pastel. I specifically waited for pastel because I had the opportunity to get a DG pied a while ago, but I wanted the pastel on top. So that's obviously in there. But what other genes do you reckon I should be putting in the project, really?
Well, as a pied lead in the industry, I think I don't know. I think it's misprinted. I would definitely be getting a refund. But no, honestly, DG pied, DG Fire, Entry Fire, High Intensity Orange Dream, Entry Fire, Clown.
Put a Cypress clown in that as well.
Fire, to be fair, fire is something like. So what I've got the OD and the Etchy Yellow Belly. So I've got 3
That would
genes
work.
there with the pastel. So I'm just looking at what, short term, I'll pair it to an Etchy Yellow Belly double head and I can get that in there. But long term, what am I thinking to bring into it? So Cypress, Fire, Chocolate's not bad, yeah. I've not done too much with chocolate.
DG pied, DG pied. This is where.
I was going to say, I know nothing. I was just shocked. I just wanted to show them the animals, but this is
The thing is, I mean, it's even a
prime
DG
example
Krypton
right here of what
essentially.
happens at Donny. People just get talking about projects.
So
I
just
mean,
get-
it just goes off.
Get rid of the pied, and just focus on the DG Krypton thing.
Yeah,
Same
that's
thing.
what I mean. And the
Well,
Pied will just come in anyway.
Yeah.
The cryptic spotted posset, so it's like that's a bonus. I mean, the first thing I'd probably put it to like the pastel clown posset or something like that, because obviously,
Why don't you put
because if I put it to a clown, well, it doesn't matter if I put it to a clown. Anything that comes out of het clown, if it's het cryptic, even as a posset cryptic,
Well,
I'll be
it'll
able
be
to see
het
it, won't
clown,
it?
yeah.
So the first thing to do is to put it to a clown or something, even a het clown, and see if I can work out. If it's,
Well, I'll definitely go-
cryptic. So
I definitely go clown.
You don't really like that, Xanthic, though, do you?
I'm not into it yet, but I must admit I've seen Sean's designated out there. It's something. There's lots of routes to go with it, but I mean, yeah, just keep it on the lush because until this
More
video
pattern.
comes out.
What I'm gonna say is
More pattern. I like
More
that. I mean, that's
pattern.
the entry route.
I'm terrible. I don't know crap about pies. I don't know. I'm No, not pies for me. But the one thing I do know is when you got something like DG Pied, bring the pattern in there, boy, because that's where it's just gonna show. What you don't want is to put like 6 Gs and end up with a really stunning head and then a white body. Because although they're cool, and I know there's
definitely want Enchi.
Oh, 100% Enchi. 100% Enchi.
Exactly that.
Enchi leopard.
Leopard?
Enchi leopard OG.
But leopard pie, that's the thing where I'm looking at it, 'cause it's like,
Yeah, but leopards are high white. But
we're going off on a tangent. This was supposed to be a short clip, so appreciate you coming on, Jay.
He's got
Cheers,
me to
buddy.
talk.
Appreciate it.
I mean,
Jay,
I'm
what do you
just
think
there.
behind the camera? Because I couldn't get Jay on the camera, so what do you think? Jay's thoughts?
All of them.
There you go. That's really helpful. So I appreciate that. Take care. So I'm here with Gavin from Balls to You at the Reptile Expo up at April show. I think the show's been very good to be fair actually today, Gavin. Busier than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit quieter. I've seen a few tables with sort of some empty spaces, but ultimately you expect that at the start of the year. But we've got Gavin here for the same reason as I've said, to sort of show what we're picking up. So I'll just show Gavin the animal and then just kind of get his thoughts on what the project is and where we're going to go with it. I've got an audience here behind us as well. But so this is the animal I'm getting, Gav. So it's coming from Dean Van Ommeren over in Holland, obviously. So it is what it is on the tin. It's a DG Pied, which I've been waiting for a while.
Very nice, mate.
Now I had the opportunity to get it from Dave Baldacchino. And at the same time, this is going to sound, I don't know, you might not be surprised because I know what your thoughts are on the gene, but I waited to find a pastel because I really like how pastel interacts with DG. But what it is it's a Pos Het printing as well, so there's an opportunity there. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on what do you think I should be putting in the project and where do you think I should be trying to take it?
So first of all, it's good to see that you're doing DG Pied and not DG Clown. It seems that everyone wants to do DG Clown, and there's nothing wrong with DG Clown. But I like to see things that are different. You know, Matt, I like to be different. I like to see things that are different. I like to see people take the project somewhere different than other breeders. They take something and then make it their own. The fact that you've got pastel in there, I'm not saying I'm a massive fan of pastel, but I think you've done the right thing by having pastel in it. I've got a pastel pied hypo, or a pastel hypo pied, and he's fantastic. He looks amazing. Without pastel, he wouldn't look that good. So I think you've done the right thing, adding the pastel. I think something like putting into that would yellow belly, obviously. Enchi, again, extravagant the yellows, the oranges, bring that out. Obviously, Enchi will help you clean as well, bring back more of the pattern. And maybe throw something peculiar in there, and I'll give this to your audience. And I'll give you a little bit of an insight on this. Hurricane Pies. Desert Ghost, Hurricane Pies. Hurricane and pastel work well together. DG, Hurricane's not really been done. Hurricane Pies, mark my words, it's going to be a very unique project, mate.
I've not seen too much. I've seen a little bit of Hurricane around it today, but it's something that I've thought about. But might be an opportunity to bring it in. I think some of the other genes that I've thought about bringing in is, like you say, just trying to do something different. Pinstripe, not too extravagant. I love a pinstripe pied.
Pinstripe and Desert Ghost work well.
It does. And then also, again, people know, my audience know that I'm trying to do something a bit different with calico. So I'd like to see with a calico DG, and then obviously with the pied on the top comes in. But obviously that is a long term because I'll have to make the DG pied heads myself. But and likewise, I've never been a fan of Xanthic in terms of it's like I've had other projects on the side that I want to do first. But seeing a DG Xanthic, I think that's another route I'm going to take. But obviously that's a very long term project.
Hopefully we stand a chance this season of hitting some DG Xanthics. So I might be able to help you out there, mate. But DG Xanthics are fantastic, and obviously, again, it's the right project, mate. You've got a great 2 recessives with a foundational coda. Again, me personally, I think something like you could go down the realm of either confusion as well, or acid. I'm a massive acid fan, and I do acid. And Hurricane, because we know there's a super.
That's something that I've not even thought about.
Something like, and I'll tell you what does look awesome, super chocolate DGs. So super chocolate pie DGs, mate.
Don't even think I've seen a chocolate DG. I've got a lot of learning to do. I've waited a long time to get in the project, so now it's like I'm really going to get my hands stuck in.
Matt, I congratulate you for getting into it, mate. Well done, congratulations. Welcome to the big time.
Cheers, buddy.